The PS1 had a lot of genres, but none were more prominent than the sci-fi setting. And it is on this disc, Disc 104, that we encounter a sci-fi special. Released in December 2003 alongside issue 104 of the official UK PlayStation magazine. There are 12 playable demos on this disc. As I mentioned, they are all sci-fi themed in one way or another. Set your phasers on fun! Ugh. And still I regret saying that.
Okay, Vaughn, let's get down to business. We lost contact with the outpost some 5 hours ago. Now, the recon team we dropped in has gone missing as well. You've got to find that outpost, track down those recon boys, and then report back to me. Understood?
Yes, sir. Can you tell me what's waiting for me, sir?
Cyborgs, lots of them. And alien activity. Alien flyers are everywhere. I guess your best bet for getting across the city is using the old train network.
Excuse me, sir. We're going to have to let the lieutenant down here.
Nearly time, Vaughn. I'll be watching the output of your implant with Dr. Carter. We'll be with you as much as we can.
Evening, Riley. Don't forget, I'll be providing you with any intelligence on the enemy that I can offer.
Thanks, Dr. Carter. Okay, time to roll. Vaughn out.
The first demo is for C12, Final Resistance. The game is set in the future, where aliens have invaded in an attempt to harvest all of Earth's carbon resources. In other words, humans. The game is played in a third-person perspective. You undertake missions, kill aliens and cyborgs, collect key weapons and keys, and so on. The gameplay is quite derivative of Siphon Filter, which itself is a more action-style derivative of Tomb Raider. As such, reviews at release were mixed, with critics liking the graphics but disliking the combat. This really is a forgettable action game for the console. The demo gives you a sizable chunk of the first section of the game.
Looks like the railway power system's been taken out. Find the backup generator and see if you can reroute some power from there.
Riley, over there. That's one of the aliens' shields. It should provide you with some useful cover, but be careful. Our research data proves they can only sustain a limited number of hits. It's to do with their cell technology. Find more shield cells and it'll last you longer.
Nice job, Vaughn.
Riley, about your implant. It's also there to give you information on your immediate surroundings. Get something under your focus point and the database link-up will provide you with useful feedback.
I don't like these odds. I'm pulling out.
Preparing to leave area.
Colony Wars returns once again with the demo for Red Sun. Another space shooter where you must upgrade your ship and weapons by completing missions and earning credits. Compared to the previous games in the series, this game has an open world structure, where you are given several missions to complete, including side missions, but you can complete them in any order. Reviews at release were positive, with many critics praising the epic space battle the game offered. The demo gives you 2 missions to try. Oops, I accidentally did these out of order. This is the demo for Colony Wars Vengeance, which is the game that came before Colony Wars Red Sun. It retains a lot of the win-lose scenario style of the first Colony Wars game, with some new features, such as missions set in planetary atmospheres, piloting drop ships, or facing giant boss machines. The demo has 2 missions for you to tackle.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's take a quick look at the demo for Eliminator. This game throws you into a civil war disguised as a sci-fi game show. As a prisoner of war stroke new contestant, you're forced into the arena, where you have to destroy the obstacles and survive this booby-trapped labyrinth of vicious combat. Unfortunately, this game didn't do too well with critics on release, as it seemed to be trying to copy other games but did not have much to show for it. Give one of the levels a try in this demo. Next we have the demo for The Fifth Element. Based on the movie, this is an action-adventure game that has you play as either Corbin or Lilu across 16 levels. Corbin uses guns while Lilu uses melee combat. Another game that seems to be following in the footsteps of Tomb Raider and Siphon Filter, only it flubs everything, as critics hated this game on release. Some of the biggest complaints included the level design, the puzzles, the controls, the camera, the AI. Maybe you'll like it if you enjoyed the movie, otherwise this one isn't worth it. The demo gives you a mission to play.
Omega Boost. It's all set. Carry out the mission carefully.
It's time for a sleeper hit with a demo for Omega Boost, a space mech combat game designed by the same developer responsible for Gran Turismo. This game has you fight enemy mechs deep in space, using some very fluid controls and frame rates. Inspired by Macross, this is a rather short game, having only 9 main levels. Those of you who might have noticed similarities with Sega's Panzer Dragoon series are onto something, as several members of that series developer had joined Polyphony. The demo gives you a couple of tutorial levels and the secondary level.
Caution. 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 Be careful. Warning, undefined enemies approaching.
Are you a fan of Japanese shooter games? Then you'll no doubt want to check out the demo for R-Type Delta, the 4th game in the R-Type series and the first game in the series to be in 3D. You can choose from a variety of different ships and weapons, as well as a super weapon system that you charge through collisions with enemies and projectiles. Critics love the game, praising its addictive gameplay and recommending it as a good shooter game to own. Here we have another weird game, and this time it's not Japan weird. Sentinel Returns. The sequel to Jeff Cramman's The Sentinel, this is a puzzle game where you have to destroy something called the Sentinel. However, you can only destroy it if you are standing higher than it. So you have to create these pillars the game calls boulders. Then you create a robot on top of the boulders, and you take control of the robot, giving yourself a higher vantage point. But you can't create anything else until you destroy your previous boulders and robots, or barring that, destroying the needle things the game calls trees. So you keep building up like that until you are high enough to destroy the Sentinel. But of course, the Sentinel isn't just going to let you destroy it, it's going to try and destroy you. But it can only do that if it can see you, so you have to find a way to sneak around it using trees for cover. Even after going over all that, I'm still confused. Like I said, it's weird. It's certainly original, so I'd say it's worth a look. It was even composed by John Carpenter. We return to space in a demo for Star Ixiom, Namco's sequel to their NES game Star Luster. This game involves piloting one of 7 ships across several missions to wipe out an alien race threatening the galaxy. You might notice ships from Namco's Galaga and Busconian pop up in this game. Reviews were mixed. While many critics enjoyed the graphics and controls, they also unfavorably compared it to Psygnosis' Colony Wars. They also criticized the lack of variety in missions. As for me, I think it's trying to be both Colony Wars and Star Wars, but failing at both. The demo gives you a training and command mission to try.
Romulan combat group has launched a number of unprovoked attacks on Federation shipping in the Xeria system, near the neutral zone. A patrol force of 10 Valkyries will be dispatched to investigate. Each of you will fly in a 2-ship formation and report any contact with Romulan vessels immediately.
Timer activated.
Sit in the captain's chair in a demo for Star Trek Invasion. Another Colony Wars clone, but this time with the Star Trek license. The game puts you in various situations from the TV show Star Trek The Next Generation. Critics generally enjoyed the game, although there were some criticisms regarding the lack of Star Trek charm. The demo gives you one timed mission to tackle. Now we're taking a look at the demo for Terracon. This game is all about an alien race from Pluto being threatened by an intelligent supercomputer that has gained self-awareness. So you control one of the aliens named Zed. assigned to terminate it for good. Zed will have to visit different planets to activate missile defense systems to fire on the mothership where the computer is stored. The gameplay is a third-person shooter, and the in-game cutscenes are very impressive for the console. Take a look. This demo gives you a mission on the planet Venus. The final demo on here is for Wipeout 2097. A fitting end to the disc, I reckon. Participate in the F5000 Anti-Gravity Racing League as one of 5 teams. An improvement overall to its predecessor, the gameplay is fast, frenzied and fun. The craft are a joy to control and the soundtrack is great. The demo will let you try any other craft on one track, with 2 different difficulty settings.
Missile. Rocket. Rocket.
Welcome back, Earthlings. We hope you had fun out there in space. It really was the majority of this disc, wasn't it? Just flying around in space. If that's what you like, then these games are perfect for your collection. Go ahead and check out my channel for more great demo discs just like this one. Join our Discord in the description if you want to chat with me and other PlayStation enthusiasts. The next disc is another Christmas disc, packed with some of the best games to find under your tree. I'm the Advocate. Now beam me up, Scotty.